Quote. So, folks, the sun was a symbol of something that only the believers in the religion known as the ancient mysteries understood. These believers, called adepts, certainly knew that the people would not accept their mystery religion, so they had to conceal it from them. Don't go away, folks. We've got to take a short break. I'll be right back after this pause. So the task became one of creating a religion around a belief that they knew the people would accept because it would make some sense, at least as far as the adepts would explain it. But their basic purpose was to create a popular religion as a cover for their secret worship. The secret religion would be built around a belief in the sun. The sun would be a perfect thing to build a religion around because of its basic nature. It is very visible and has a very important role in man's life. It rises in the morning, it appears to be born and then sets during the evening. It appears to die and then appears to be born again the next morning. It also appears to wander in the sky, setting further north or south each night. It then returns back to any given position twice each year. So the sun appears to have a major birth or death twice each day and twice each year. It would, of course, be very easy for the adepts to explain to the people that only something bigger than mankind, a god, had the ability to die and come back to life. So the adepts would teach the people that they had to pray to the god, or it would choose not to return. They encouraged a worship of the sun so that it would return to mankind again either once a day or once every 6 months. Albert Pike confirmed this view with this explanation of why early man worshipped the sun. Quote, "To them," meaning early man, "the journeyings of the sun were voluntary and not mechanical." Unquote. So early man considered the sun to be something that moved voluntarily. In other words, the sun did not have to return each morning. Man must have quickly determined that since the sun did not have to return, man should start asking it to return. For man certainly depended upon the sun for his life. Man certainly must have figured out just how important the sun was to his life and well-being, and he certainly must have determined that if the sun chose not to return, all of mankind would certainly perish. So it was an easy jump from a belief that the necessary sun was an entity that chose to move across the daytime sky to a belief that it would return only if man prayed to it to return. Well, it's time once again, folks, to acquaint you with Swiss America Trading Corporation, our new sponsor. You've never heard me advertise on my show for any outside unknown firm. And in fact, we've only really had 2 sponsors on this show ever, simply because my requirements are strict. Complete background check, references, testimony from clients. I mean, we really put these people through their paces. And folks, I'm not about to change anything now. This company's been in business for over 11 years. They deliver to your door non-confiscatable, non-reportable hard assets. You've all been asking me how to save your assets, how to protect yourself from the coming economic collapse. Well, call Swiss American Trading Corporation right now. Do it now, folks, because I'm telling you right now, these people have all of the investments that you've heard me recommend on this show. They also have a lot of other investments, some of which I don't know anything about, some of which we don't recommend, but they have everything for you to make an intelligent choice. They're legitimate. We've checked them out from top to bottom, including with law enforcement agencies. And I'm telling you right now, if you really want to take your money or your assets and put them in a position to survive what's coming, then you need to call Swiss American Trading Corporation right now. You see, I would not take them on as a sponsor if I did not believe in this company. If I would not recommend them to you without any hesitation whatsoever. If I would not use their services myself. You see, they fit all of the qualifications. They also write a newsletter that openly deals with the imminent economic collapse. They also consider privacy and discretion an integral part of the relationship with their clients, and you need that. This is Swiss America Trading Corporation. If you call 1-800-289-2646, that's 1-800-289-2646. I'm going to say it one more time. 1-800-289-2646 today. And state that you listen to me, William Cooper, on the hour of the time. They will send you their complimentary newsletter entitled Protecting Your Future. Now remember, it's entitled Protecting Your Future. Make sure you ask for it. The only obligation you have is to commit a quality hour, folks, into reading and considering the information in this newsletter. It doesn't cost you a thing, and you're not obligated ever for that newsletter. So call 1-800-289-2646 right now. Call 1-800-289-2646 right now, this minute. 1-800-289-2646, and tell them William Cooper sent you. But folks, there's something even more interesting to be considered that Pike didn't explain with that comment. Obviously, to make the new religion work, the believers would have to be able to predict the movements of the sun. It wouldn't be too long before some of the common people would start noticing that the sun was neither an actual being nor a god to be worshipped, but something that moved according to precise laws. Now, if the common people figured that out, they would not need the adepts who had computed the sun's periodic cycles. So, to keep their power intact, they would teach the people that if they did not accommodate their wishes, they would make certain that the sun did not return. They could even predict, as their measurements became more sophisticated, the exact time and date when the moon would go between the sun and the earth, causing the sun to disappear. They could then fool the people into believing that they were the cause of the disappearance. They could then, of course, explain to the people that if they did not continue to pay them sort of tribute, they would not intercede in their behalf, and the sun would not reappear. To keep the minds of the common people, the sheeple, away from figuring out that the whole religion was a scam, the adepts would conduct beautiful and ornate ceremonies around the worship of the sun, and they would expect the people to pay them for the elaborate rituals. And to make their rituals valid, the adepts would always claim that the sun obeyed their prayers, thereby convincing the people of their need to keep the adepts around. The sheeple, would continue to pay tribute to these adepts as long as they appeared to be successful. Now, folks, if the adepts knew that the sun was a symbol of something that the people would not support, such as a belief that Lucifer, the devil, was the god that they worshipped, they would have to continue with their charade so that the people would not decide to stop worshiping. Because if the sheeple figured it out, they would no longer support their activities. They would have to keep their beliefs from the people and conceal their secret worship in hidden symbols. So sun worship as a religion prospered. Mr. Hutchins discussed that position in his book, and I also discussed it in mine, Behold a Pale Horse. Mr. Hutchins says this, quote, "In the tabernacle, the brethren